Dr. Martone here, and I want to do this quick PSA, public service announcement. The public service announcement. I've been seeing so many more children in my office now more than ever due to having neck pain. And this neck pain is because of the remote learning stations. You see, all kids are using cell phones, right? And all kids are sleeping in poor positions, which reinforces the problem. But now more than ever, they are on a computer, and they're on a computer like this. Listen, tell me this doesn't look like us now, right? And adults, where they're sitting on their computer and they're on a little laptop, and they're like this. Well, if that looks like you, or that looks like your child, that is really, really, really bad. And let me explain, and then I'm going to tell you how to offset that and some things that you can do to prevent that. Well, our spine works like this. And this is why it's so bad. Here, let me come over here. There you go. You can see me now. So our spine works like this. We're supposed to have what's called a cervical curve, a neck curve in our neck. And if you maintain a healthy neck curve, you'll have a nice lower back curve, and your spine will be nice and straight. So when you look at your child straight on, their spine will be straight. What this type of computer usage does is it brings the head forward, and we're hunched over, and they're kind of looking at their computer screen, or even worse, they're on their bed, and they're all hunched over. Well, what that does structurally, your spine is like clay. So instead of having this nice curve, what they're doing is they're reversing their cervical curve, and ultimately, just due to that position, is going to cause neck tension. And then what happens is, because we sleep on our sides and we're all curled up in a ball, that further reverses that neck tension, causing issues at what's called the atlas or the suboccipital level, and that causes neurological issues. So if you notice that your child has more asthma, or your child is getting more headaches, or they're complaining of stomach issues, that can be specifically related to the tension that's happening up on this atlas, because they're all hunched over on their computer. So what can you do? Well, we are in a world now where we are all remote learning. So if we're going to be in remote learning, and we have no idea when this is going to end, we need to set up the workstation correctly, and then also we need to reverse that damaging effect that's happening to that prolonged computer use or that prolonged texting. And I call that the modern day lifestyle. The modern day lifestyle is such where we have all of this forward head posture positioning, and just like I said, our spine is like clay, which is molding our spines to lose that cervical curve, which is what's causing neck and back pain. So the first thing that you can do, and for very inexpensive money, you can get a keyboard. And so let's do, if we're going to do this on a budget, this is how I would do. This is how I would do it. I would take that computer and I would put it over to the side, and then I would buy a little remote keyboard and with a little mouse, and then I would, oh no, I don't have my computer screen. But then I would get a computer screen and I would set the computer screen up, because remember, your body follows where your eyes go. So let's say that this is my computer screen, and it's sitting here like this. I don't want my computer screen down because I'm looking down. I don't want my child to be looking down all day long. What I want them to do is I want them looking about eye level. So you want to make sure that if you don't want to put the laptop up there, but you can attach like an external monitor to the laptop. You can put it here. You can put it on a few blocks, or I don't think they have yellow pages anymore, but a couple books, so that when they're at their workstation, they're sitting down, they're typing, or they're using their mouse, and they're not looking down. They're looking up, because that will cause an arch in their neck, which is very, very important. You don't want to be like this all day. You want to have that head up. So you want to prevent working at the kitchen on a laptop, or working in that area. You want to set them up a specific place in the house to be able to do this. So I'm setting a specific place up for one of my children in their room, and when they will learn better if they're in an environment where they go every day to learn. So it's not at like a kitchen table or a counter and then they're over here one day and they're over there next day. You need to establish a spot for them to be. And to stop that, let's say you have a child that's in high school and then you have one that's in elementary school, that workstation is going to change. And I know you're like, oh, Doc, I can't set up multiple workstations. We don't have the budget for it. Well, then what you do is you just put that laptop aside, and then you just take that monitor and change the height based on who's working with it. The monitor height is the most important thing. And then the next thing is how they're sleeping. You don't want them reinforcing their sleep posture, but with their head tucked. So what we did at Atlantis as well, actually at NeckNest, we developed a pillow. We just got our patent on it that helps them be in the proper sleep position. So when they sleep, you want them on their neck, on their back, with their neck arching back, because that will offset this all day. So you want to put a neck nest or some sort of pillow underneath their neck and stop them sleeping on their back. You don't want them sleeping on their side like this. And this is for anybody from now or for the rest of their lives, because that is one of the things that hurts our cervical spine. And if you remember, I said your cervical spine is like a clay. It's moldable. And this is a bad mold, and then sleeping like this is a bad mold. We want to do everything we can to maintain this arch in this neck. That is why sleeping on, let's say, a neck nest, what we do is we support the cervical spine, and that helps restore or reverse the damage of the modern day lifestyle. And then the second thing we promote is we promote putting a monitor high so your child's looking up, and that will be so much better for them in the long term too, because if they break down the cervical spine, like I said, the spine protects the central nervous system. So you're affecting the nervous system when you start to lose the structure of the spine. And more importantly, in the neck, you'll start to see digestion issues, you'll start to see breathing issues, you can see asthma, allergies, different things like that. So, next for smaller kids, yes. All you have to do, Colleen, to talk about how to adapt your neck nest for a smaller kid, you just take some fill out, just a little bit of fill, or the neck nest takes some time to break in, and typically for a child anywhere from 13 and above, the fill would be just fine. But thank you for that question. And that is how you adapt your workstation to the modern day remote learning lifestyle. Raise up the monitor. If it's on a laptop, get a little Bluetooth monitor thing like this where it's wireless. Get a keyboard where it's wireless. Get a monitor and raise it up, and make sure that they're looking up. And then to offset them being at a computer all day long, in general, you want to make sure that they're sleeping on their back. The pillow that we recommend is NeckNest. You can find it on necknest.com, necknest.com, or try to get a really, really soft down pillow, put it underneath their neck, and really try to restore that cervical spine. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, and push this out to parents, because really this is so important for our children and our children's health moving forward. Thank you.